How are you all going? So welcome to another Fiberific live stream. We run these craft and chats once a week, every Thursday here right now at 10 a.m. on a Thursday morning Brisbane time, which is Australian Eastern Standard Time, not daylight savings time. Sorry if everything's a bit glitchy. My internet out here, not the greatest. I do try my best. So apologies in advance if everything's a bit of a nightmare. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, all that kind of jazz in the chat. I'm just going to have a little read of the chat now. Good morning to you all. Self-stirring coffee mugs. They sound like a thing. I think they're a thing already, guys. I don't have one, but they're a thing. They're a thing. Hey, Carol Evans from Arizona in the USA. Sally says, hit the thumbs up while we wait. Absolutely hit that thumbs up. There is a little bit of a delay for those of you in the chat that haven't been in before. I think it's getting up to be about 15 seconds delay. So from when I say something to when I see the conversation come around about it, there's a bit of a delay. So my apologies in advance. Everyone can hear me and see me just fine. Those of you on headphones, I did some tweaking, some changey things. You should be able to hear me in both headphones now, so if you can let me know, that would be great as well. I try to make things as good as I possibly can. It doesn't always work. My voice sounds deep. Look, I've got a bit of a thing going on with my chest at the moment. It's probably a bit deeper, a bit nasalier than I'm used to, but I hope it's not too terrible. I have changed some microphone settings, so hopefully it's not horrible for you all, because I can't change them back now that we're live. So I can only fix it for next week. But I tried to get rid of some of the that undertone hum from the air conditioner. So I'm hoping that that also has worked. Where are we? My voice sounds deep. Everyone says my voice sounds deeper. I'm a bit horrible. Josh says both headphones working. Thank you. My voice is very different. I'm sorry, guys. If I don't know if I can. Is your throat sore? Yes, it is. No, my throat is sore. My chest is a bit heavy. My head's a bit heavy. I think I'm, picking up something. Can I move the mic closer? I can try. Whoops. Hang on a second. Just trying to get it in. I can't adjust the thing, so sounds a little glitchy. So audio is glitchy. Wow, I hate that. So Issy says hi. Hi, Issy. You guys, so we've got some new members. The air conditioner is barely audible. Fantastic. So at least that setting has worked. So something has worked, which is, nice. When is my new mic coming? Look, I actually have been getting notifications that parcels are being delivered to different places. So I will, it may already be here. I'm not sure. It might be the parcel that's sitting up at the post office. I don't know. And I just got a notification up through my phone just as I was setting everything up that there's a FedEx delivery due today. And so that could be one of 3 things. So lots of parcels arriving. I did a bit of restock ordering this week. So yeah, so, oh, Kim, you're the worst. You're the worst. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm absolutely here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep apologizing and then I just did it again. Oh, it's a terrible habit, isn't it? It really, but I am exceptionally, I get frustrated when it's not perfect for you. And so I do apologize all the time to try and make it less bad. I don't know. It probably doesn't make it less bad. Anyway, we've got some new subscribers this week, so I wanted to welcome all of you guys who've come in this week. Let me have a look here. Lynn Walkers, Wendy Thorpe, McShanda, I like that. Laura Tool Avera, Patrina Hollis, MSA Key Spain, Wraith Kitten, Mandy Feudit, Yon Thin. I don't know how to say that. Pam Stitty Corner. So thank you so much to all of you for joining in. Kim's not new. No, Kim is not new. Definitely not new. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but in the chat, Kim's name is highlighted in blue with a little spanner. And there are a few other people who are blue with spanners. And these guys are our moderators, and they make sure that there's no naughtiness going on. They also are the only ones who can toss links in. Oh, it looks like I've frozen. There we go. Sorry about that. Again, with apologies. So, this chat, you guys, is about what happens when you don't plan your projects. What happens right here. This here is what happens when you do not plan your projects. I decided a few weeks ago that I wanted to make a crochet tree skirt, and I found this beautiful pattern from Pico to Petals of this gorgeous tree skirt. And I decided, hey, I've got yarn for that. Let's go and make it. The only catch is, turns out I didn't have quite enough yarn for it, and this is it. I've used up all the red. There's no red left. There's this much white, so not enough. And now I'm stuck because it turns out that not only did I not have enough yarn for this project, but this yarn is now discontinued. It is a Red Heart Aran, which is, I think it's a specialty yarn that they make for Australia. And yeah, so unless someone bought some at Big W in Australia, then there's a pretty good chance that we don't have it, because it is different to the Red Heart Super Saver. And I'm disappointed with myself for not planning better. This was something that I really, really wanted to do, and I really wanted a beautiful tree skirt in front of my tree. I didn't want it out of wool. I wanted it in acrylic, so that I could toss it in the washing machine. Basically, care for it less than I would do if it was wool. And now I've become a cropper, basically, is what's happened. So I have a nice pile of, so I got all six of the big squares done, which is what I needed to do. So I've got the bulk of it done. But see these sections on this red around here, these guys don't have it. And that was the join as you go section. So I cannot join them as I go, so I'm a bit sad. Where are we? Marion's the hairdressers. Kim has a spanner because she loves IKEA. Well done, Kim. And apparently, and ironically, she is the one who needs most whacking with the spanner. That is also true. I can actually punish Kim myself, so I work on that. Andrea agrees that Kim does need whacking constantly. Oh no, occasionally. Sorry, occasionally. I'm the one who said constantly. Fairy said she had to Google a spanner. I'd not heard that term before. I think you guys in the US call them wrenches. Is that right? We call them spanners here. Frog it all and use a smaller hook. Mate, I'm already on 4mm hook using worsted weight yarn because I wanted it a bit tighter. And I don't think it's not going to be a case of fix it. If I frog it, it's going to be use different yarn. There's no chance. Andrea says, add purple. Purple is a Christmas colour. Andrea, that's a thin line right there. That I don't agree. Purple is not a Christmas colour. And I even struggle when I was making up these stars and I was putting buttons on the stars. Even using this pale green did make me cringe a little because it's not Christmas green. So, you know, you guys know I have rules about this stuff, like my personal rules. Kim says add a third colour. Yeah, the only problem is, and I agree with you, I think adding a third colour would totally solve the problem, except in its weight of yarn, the only other colour I've been able to find is black, and I'm not doing a tree skirt with black. Also, I have a white dog, so bad all around. Maximum Yardage just says get new yarn, obviously stuff in a matching colour, but working 2 squares that you do to have it kind of work out. I think I can work out what you're saying there. Sort of pull out a couple of these and change a couple so that we do have a pattern of mismatch, and then I can reuse this red for the borders that I need. Because that's the other thing. Once you do the whole thing, there's this border that goes around the whole sort of starry tree skirt. Andrea is trying to get herself sacked. Yeah, she is. She is. Jackie, I agree. I was thinking of using green as well. The problem being I haven't been able to find any green in this weight of yarn. Worsted weight is not a standard weight in Australia. A standard weight is DK. So, you know, I've shot myself in the foot at pretty much every turn. I think this afternoon I'm off to try a different Big W store to see if they've got anything in stock. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to have to hit Spotlight. I left the pile inside actually. I wanted to show you guys the massive pile of ends because look, I wove in all my ends. And so I've got this massive pile of ends, so I'm going to grab some of the ends and pop them in my handbag and have a look and try and match as close as I can to thickness and feel. Although the feel's not that important because it is a tree skirt rather, isn't it? So, but have you guys ever had this problem where you just went gung-ho into a project like, wow, yeah, I'm totally going to do this, and then you sort of stop part the way through realizing you don't have what you need. You never had what you needed, and in the back of your mind you always knew you never had what you needed, but you thought you could just muddle through. Have you had that instance? What did you try to make that this didn't work on? Let me know in the chat, because please, I really need to feel like I'm not alone in this, because at the moment, like, as crafters, we're in Australia here, we're on the 29th of November. We've only got like 1 day of November left, or 2 days, 1 day, I don't know. And like, December is insane for crafters because we should have finished all our projects by now, but I don't know about you, but I certainly haven't. So I've still got heaps of projects. I'm in the middle of making some face washes for family members, and I've got some beautiful Body Shop soap and hand lotion to go with these. So I've got knitted ones and I've got crocheted ones, and I'm going to make little packs. I've got some more cotton here, so, and this is a beautiful Betty Go cotton. So I've got more of those to make. I may even work on one of these while we're chatting. So I brought all the stuff. Obviously, there's stuff everywhere here today. And I'm also trying to work on these silly stars. Well, they're not silly stars. I love these stars, except, again, gung-ho into a project. Not at all considering how long it was going to take to do what I wanted to do. And this is how many stars I have so far, which, you know, is a lot. And these are all totally ready. Their ends are woven in and they've got their little ties. But they are not done. The project is not finished. And I've only got a few with the buttons. I've used up all my buttons now, so we'll intersperse them throughout the project. Sally Schilling said that she's just checked the Big W website and it's not even on there. Absolutely. I even tried ringing Big W stores and they were like, oh, sorry, we can't help you with that. You'll have to come in. And I was like, really? So that was frustrating. Kim says, take it to Spotlight and check the thickness. Absolutely. Cindy said, how about a gold or a silver? Look, I think that would be gorgeous, but I think I would probably go with a green and then maybe add a gold in for that border if I can. But we'll see how I go, because it's going to be a bit of a mishmash now. Fairy says, I didn't think I would like black for Christmas either, but I have a red and black flannel tree skirt and it makes me feel like I'm in an old-fashioned country Christmas. Really? Wow, that's good to know. That's good to know. I like black for a lot of things, but I probably, in my house, like if you've been to my house, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But at any time, no matter how often I vacuum, there's this fine layer of dog hair. Like, I've got a little dog. I don't know how she loses this much fur, but anyway, there's always dog hair on the ground, and she's white. So, yeah. Where are we? Andrew's going to go to Browns Plains and have a check. I'm going to go to the Hyperdome and have a check there. Kim says the Spotlight USA has a dark green called Mallard. I am very interested, and I'll totally be having a look at that. Jackie says, totally going big on first MLC, ran out of yarn on the bind off despite careful calculation. Oh, Jackie, I remember that. That's horrible for you. Luckily, was it Claire who came to the party with some extra yarn for you? That was brilliant. Kim says, I checked Underwood this morning, no red heart. I'll check Garden City after the live stream. Kim, you are an absolute doll, honestly. You're amazing. Moira Anderson says, I finished all my projects. Ha. I'd like to see photos of your projects, Mum. Max Miyoti says, yeah, I mean, I either make it work or toss it to the side and never look at it again. Sadly, that's just what has to happen. Absolutely. I agree with you. Oh yes, Jackie says it was the fab Claire Bartowski for the gift of her leftovers. What about pretty pastel colours? I don't do pastel colours for Christmas. It's a discussion that both Abby and I have quite regularly because she loves the pastel Christmas. So she's got this little tiny sort of white tree in her bedroom that she picked up from IKEA either last year or the year before. She decorates that with these little cute tiny pastel Christmas balls. But I'm a bit of a red, green, gold, white, silver kind of person, or reindeer, so brown can be allowed in because reindeers are brown and gingerbread is brown. Chintamani's going to check Robina tonight. Chintamani, that would be amazing. Chintamani says, I have a shawl I'm still making that I had to get 3 extra specially dyed skeins on a base that the dye no longer uses. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. I totally understand your pain. Fairy says, I absolutely love that tree skirt and I'll have to take a pic of it when I drag Christmas out. Totally, totally. Marion's going to have a look in Melbourne. Thank you. Andrea's off coffee. Good job, Andrea. I also have my coffee. So again, you know, another project I didn't really plan out with these stars. But I am enjoying it, and at the end of the day with this particular project, as long as they are done and ready, I can use them. I just may not be able to make the ceiling completely covered in stars, which is kind of my goal. I've got these funny rules about Christmas. Some of you may know, some of you don't know. I don't decorate until the 1st of December. It's a thing. And my husband and daughter have been watching me do this. I've been doing this Netflix thing, and if you follow me on Facebook on my personal page, you'll see that each night I've been posting up which lame, tragic Netflix Christmas movie I've watched. And my rules are this. You go into Netflix, you hit the search button, you pop in Christmas, and then the first movie that comes up that you haven't already seen, you watch that. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, I have decided that the Princess Swap or something that keeps coming up, it's a new thing. That's not a Christmas movie as far as I'm concerned, so I don't know why it keeps coming up in my Christmas feed. So I'm ignoring that one. But all the others, I just click, click, click. And I watched some absolutely hilariously horrendous Christmas movies in the last couple of weeks. And then I've also been really shocked by others. I'm like, I actually really enjoyed that. And you sort of sit back and you're like, should I tell anybody that I really enjoyed that lame rom-com Christmas movie? But some of them are really good. Some of them are really good. Where are we? My mum, Moya, also says Christmas is not a pastel event. Thank you, Mum, for that vote. Fairy says she has a blanket that's staring at her that she's convinced that could use the force. Oh, but I'm convinced I can use the force to weave the towels in. You know, I don't think you can use Force for that because it's not how the Force works. Kim says the princess swap is during Christmas. Okay, well, I'm still not watching it. Because I think if you have twins in a movie, you should hire twins. Not the same actress to play two parts. That's how I feel. There's lots of twin actors out there. Oh, Sally's going to check her Big W if she can get to Adelaide. So that would be awesome. Thank you. Oh, Mum goes, okay, I lied about the projects. I haven't finished my cow. She hasn't. No, I knew. And they do Christmas stuff. We need some reviews. Oh no, I don't know if you really need reviews. As you know, like, what can we rate them out of? What's something really lame? Dodgy burry crochet hooks. How many dodgy burry crochet hooks did this one get? So, you know, some of them have got like 5 dodgy burry crochet hooks because they're horrible, and then one dodgy burry crochet hook is bearable. How's that? I will have a look at, you know, how it goes. Kim seems to know a lot about this movie. Kim, have you watched the princess swap thing? Ferry says you busted my bubble now. I'm gonna have to work on it tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Ferry. The Force has to be used for good, and weaving in ends is not necessarily good. Although every now and again I look at how Mrs. Weasley does her knitting and I think, does that, you know, why can't we do that? Stockinette's boring. Okay, so I'm just sitting here holding my stitching right now because I had Ventolin a little bit earlier because we've had some smoke and dust around and my breathing's not great, and so I'm a little bit shaky, so I'm not ready to crochet just yet. But so I've got a little list here of things that I need to talk about. So we have a Christmas open day happening here at Fiberific HQ at the Shack on December the 8th. It's from 10 till 4 p.m. and you'll be able to come over here to my place and I'll pop up a little marquee so we can sit in the shade and hang out and talk and chat, and you know, you guys can have a little walk through my very, very small office area and check it out. And so if you're interested in that, send me a PM. So it's in Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. So, you know, obviously if you're not local, unfortunately you can't come. So yeah, so that would need to be a locals only event. If you want to eat, it's quite a time frame, so from 10 till 4, and you can just drop in whenever. You don't have to be here the whole time. But if you do want to eat, it's a potluck kind of situation. So if you don't bring anything to share, then you don't get to share. No, I'm sure we can find enough to go around, but if everyone can bring a plate who is planning on having some nibblies, if you've got special dietary requirements, make sure you bring something that you can eat just in case no one else does, okay? Then also on December the 6th, we have our Caffeinated Crafters, and that is our Caffeinated Crafters Christmas breakup party. So it'll be our last Caffeinated Crafters for the year. There is a $15 Secret Santa, so what we do is we all wrap a gift not valued at more than $15, pop it in the middle, and we all take turns and grab a gift and all open it together kind of thing. So that way you don't have to pre-plan too much other than making sure that you let me know so I can book a big enough table. So that's going to be some fun for us. Sally said she's watched it and she's not ashamed to say that she enjoyed it. Good job, Sally. Kim likes rom-coms. She has no shame. See, I'm not a huge rom-com fan, but I seem to be enjoying these Christmas movies. I don't know what's going on. Kim said shack party. Yes, a total shack party. Jackie Doyle says yes, but then look at what Mrs. Weasley produces. They're definitely the definition of ugly sweaters. Mum says, I thought your voice sounded a bit snuffly. Yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest, Mum. I'm really not. Don't talk about the crafters party. I believe Kim can't make it. That's why Kim doesn't want to talk about it. Sally says, that's a hard one, Sally. If only I was local, it sounds like fun. Yeah, we've done it once or twice before, like over the years. And it is a fun day. It really is. I end up just sort of sitting back with cold drinks and you know, some shade that we can move around because it's quite hot. and we just hang out in the yard, and you know, it is a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. So I suppose I should work on something. I mean, I can't exactly work on my blanket right now. Let's move some stars to the side. Move the stars, move the blanket thingy. It probably would have been good if I had thought about this, and I can just hope that could fit there. Alright, should I make more stars? Hey guys, I realised something while I was making some stars during the week. I was watching it was a business seminar, webinar thing. So I could listen and watch and still do stuff without anyone knowing what I was doing. So, you know, got out the old crochet hook as usual. And I realised that, you remember how I was like, oh, I end up slip stitching all the way across and then going into one of these to start my first one. I actually found that there is actually a spot, you can't see it, but you can dig with the hook to find it, and go from there. Where are we? I'm working on my bag of chocolates. Good job, Andrea. Lindsay wants to know if anyone could sponsor her a plane ticket. Mum says, I've been to a crafty thing, and the ladies are a great bunch of talented knitters and spinners and crocheters. Everyone's awesome. Now, one thing before I get started on the next thing here, like, I think these look adorable with the little buttons. I'm seriously contemplating going and getting another packet of buttons. But one thing I wanted to have a little talk about was the Mystery Lace Club. So we've got one more Mystery Lace Club for the year. So unfortunately the sign-ups have closed for the December Mystery Lace Club, but they're open now for January. So if you want to be in on the first Mystery Lace Club for 2019, make sure you pop over to fiberfic.com.au and look for the Mystery Lace Club page there and double check it. We do ship internationally at the moment. That is fantastic for all you guys. While the shipping costs are not ideal, they're really not. Our dollar is not great, and so if you're in the US or if you're in the UK, you can nab a bargain, really, is what it's boiling down to, because our dollar is sad. It's totally sad. Kim says, tell me about the Mystery Lace Club. Yes, so Mystery Lace Club is a subscription service. You can opt in or opt out at any time. And if your payment has made it in for the month, then you'll receive a cool little box. I don't have one handy, I'll show you. And in your box, you open up your box, and in your box is some yarn, a pattern, anything you need, like beads or stitch markers, if you need specialty stitch markers, that sort of thing. It's all in your box. It's enough yarn to make at least one version of the project, and I will specify what I've planned in my letter. So if it's a pattern that you had a choice of, say, beads or noops, I've probably said it wrong, beads or noops, and I can never remember if noops rhymes with soup or noops rhymes with cups. Or nups and cups. I don't know. I don't know how to say that word. I just don't. And everyone who I thought is like the go-to person, all of them have told me a different way to pronounce it. So I'm still confused. But anyway, if a pattern specifies noops or beads, I choose which one I've sorted out for. So if the previous month had beads, I'll be like, right, you guys can practice some noops because we haven't done those before. So here you go. So I do try to chop and change and make it different in different constructions. And so the only real rule with the Mystery Lace Club is it's always lace. So the pattern will always have lace in it, but it will not always be lace weight yarn. So we've had patterns that have had plenty of lace weights, but also some 4-ply sock yarns and some beautiful kid mohair silk yarns and things like that. So, you know, I try to keep it fun and interesting. Most of our members are here in Australia, so I do try to keep it a little bit weather centric. No one here really wants to be working with mohair and silk during the depths of summer. However, once we, you know, start going in a bit more internationally, I'll probably vary that up a bit more as well. Kim has thrown the link into chat. Thank you, Kim. And apparently it's noops, according to Kim. Noops rhymes with soups. Sally says the buttons are a nice touch. I think so. I think they are. But these are like, I've got this big bag of buttons I picked up from Spotlight, and these are the only ones that are about this sort of size in red and green in the entire bag, because I have had this bag for some time and I've been digging through it and using it for years. It's one of those sort of bigger, wider. I think they're about $10 when I bought them, but I think they're like 15 now. But anyway, you get tons of beads, but there's all like teapots and stuff, and I don't want to put teapots on my stars. I've got to draw a line somewhere, right? There has to be a line somewhere. Noops are a knitting version of a bobble. Absolutely. Noop your loop. Okay. Ferry says, I don't either, Sally. I just smile and nod and pretend I understand. Yeah, I do that a lot, actually. That's how my business runs, don't know. Bit of water. Okay, so should I make another star, or should I work on a crochet face washer? Because I don't think I brought out my knitting needles to work on another knitted one, and I actually really like this stitch. It needs blocking. It's not exactly square, right? Anyway, Dawn is from Sequim. I don't know how to say it. Washington. Welcome to the chat, Dawn from Washington. Kim says she has a packet of star buttons, but they're pink, purple, and blue, so they're not really useful for my colour aesthetic, Kim, but I appreciate your offer, cheeky pants. Lindsay says, any chance on getting those knit knack cases back in stock? I can't find them anywhere and I need one. Hey, I actually, like, I've got a couple here in the newer colours. They're not on the website yet because I've got to take photos of the new colours. But in one of these FedEx parcels that are on their way to me is about 60 of them. So I've got heaps coming. I don't know what colours are coming. I just buy a big mixed batch. And we'll see how they go. So they're coming. The cases are coming. So the Nancy's Knickknacks Notion cases are the bomb diggity. They're fantastic. I'm going to go and grab one. So you guys can just look at my pretty things. I'm just going to go and grab one. See, I'm a very bad website builder. So what I do is I have stuff in stock and then don't put the new photos up online so no one can see what we've got. And no one can buy it because it's not listed. So we've got some Notions cases in green, yellow, and blue. They also have this really pretty kind of corally pinky red colour. And they had a purple, but apparently we can't get that anymore. And then you open it up. I don't know, here we go. We open up and each individual case opens and seals. What I love to put in here is beads when I'm knitting a bead project and put a different size stitch markers in. And also my weaving in needles, they fit in on an angle, so they fit really nicely. And then you flip it and you can lock it, so everything can be double locked so that you can't lose anything. But these are the really cute little Notions cases that I have. Here in Australia I sell them for $6 each. You can pick them up from the Nancy's Knickknacks website in the USA. I don't know the actual web address off by heart. So yeah, so these are what I've currently got in stock. I've got a couple of each colour, I think. I'd have to double check. I just sort of grabbed and came straight back. I didn't really look too hard. But I do have a couple of each colour in stock. Black Pearl Knit says that mini scissors fit too. That's right. They have to be quite small though, okay? Because they've got to fit into one half side. Black Pearl Knits needs a yellow one too. Alright, you guys. What I might do is today after chat I will pop onto the website and add a listing for the colours. I may not get time to pop in a proper photo yet, but I'll at least add in the listings with the counts that we've got, so that if you want one, you know from this chat if you like the yellow, the green, or the blue. So yeah. Cindy says, did you get my order? I did, but did you get my reply question about your order, which I have not heard back from yet? So I've still got your yarn here. Don't panic, Cindy. It's all sitting tight, not going anywhere. Jackie has put in the link, the Nancy's Knickknacks website. So if you're in the USA, pick them up from Nancy's Knickknacks. If you like, if you can pop in a note, if there's a note there, just tell them that Fiberific sent you. And they ship retail, so there's like, I have wholesale account with them, so I can get them into Australia. Do sell them retail, but they totally, you can purchase retail from their website. So they've got lots and lots of cool fun toys over there on the Nancy's Knickknacks website. But I really love these. Also for spinning tools, my favorite spinning tool of theirs, it's a tough call for me excuse me, between the Handy Andy and their traveling lazy Kate, the Jumbo Kate. And I love the Jumbo Kate. I use it all the time. It's the only laser Kate I use. If you're not a spinner, you've got no idea what I'm talking about, and that's totally fine. But when you're a spinner, you have the bobbins of wool, and when you want to apply them, they need to sit somewhere where you apply them so they don't run away, and you put them onto this thing. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, Kim says she's found her star buttons. However, they are not buttons, they are beads. Actually, you know what? I've got so many beads, I could probably stitch like a little collection, like a little group of beads into the middle. Oh, Kim. Oh, that was an idea, wasn't it? That was an idea. My notepad fell down. Have I said everything on there? Yes. You can go on the floor. So yeah, so I'm pretty passionate about the stuff I stock. I think I have anything that I'm like, don't buy that. Don't buy that. Like, I have some things that are inexpensive but not the best quality, and it's one of those things like, if you want the best quality, buy this one, but if you don't want to do that, you can buy this one and it'll make do for now, if that makes sense. But even they are still good for what you pay. Whereas things like these guys, love their 2 pieces. I've still got and still regularly use one that I bought when I first started stocking Nancy's Knickknacks, and I bought it about, it'd be 5 years ago. And it still looks schmick. It's barely scratched. It's got some scratches on the back, but that's about it. Oh, Jacob's in the chat. Welcome to the chat, Jacob. Hope everyone's doing good. Everyone, well, I mean, I'm doing fine. I don't know about everybody else. Cindy says, you asked if I wanted to add anything since the postage would be the same, so I ordered from your site. I think it was stitch markers. Yeah, I think I was asking what colour though that you wanted, because I think you just said some stitch markers, and I was going to have to make them, and I wanted to double check what colour you wanted. So there's been a reply to that email, so check for your spammy bits. Where is Santa Yarn Ninja? Do you know what, Kim? It's not the 1st of December. I haven't changed anything yet, so I don't decorate till the 1st of December. So nothing Christmassy hits my website or my house until the 1st of December, okay? Rebecca Nelson says she's starting her hardanger tomorrow. Did I say that word right? I probably didn't say that right either. Jacob says it's coming in December, when Christmas season should start. I agree, Jacob, 100%. That's fantastic. Yeah, blinglets. So, arm is getting better. There you go. Look, I have to wear this dude all the time pretty much now, and it pushes down on here, and I don't know how it works, but it works well. And it's meaning that I'm slowly being able to increase from 15 minutes of work per hour to sort of more like 20 minutes of work per hour. So little jobs where I have to grip, so anything that you have to hold, a crochet hook, knitting needles, a mouse, anything counts. Excuse me, everything counts in those 15 to 20 minute little cycles. So I totally am going to be having to watch what I do, but now that I've got more like 20 minutes, when you open the cement that I use for the blinglets, you've kind of got to work quite quickly and in little batches, and the batches were normally about 20 to 30 minutes. So I was just waiting until I could get a batch done in a time frame. Does that make sense? So we're nearly there for me to start gluing blinglets back up, so I'm really excited. Where are we? There's some stuff here. Where are my tattoos? Cindy says I didn't get that one. Pink is your favorite color. All right, I'll have a look for what I can do. Ferry says that they agree, they feel the same, no Christmas until December 1, but weather is going to be a bit bad, so December 8 this year. Oh gosh, okay. Cindy, fibrific yarn, temporary tattoos. So, you know what? Jacob's done the work. I just haven't put the orders in, that what I need to do. So we can't pick on Jacob because he did it straight away because he's awesome. But I have not put the order in to get it printed onto the tattoo paper yet because slack is really what it boils down to. So yeah, I'm going to go. Cindy would like a sticker to put on her car window. Wow, Cindy, that's full on. I've got little stickers, but they're not car stickers. They're more like, I don't know how to describe them. They're just little round ones that are cute. They're good quality stickers. They might work on a bumper for a while, but I don't think they're weatherproof. Jackie, oh, here we go. Jackie knows the answer. Jackie knows the answer. On this. So Jackie says it restricts the range of movement of the muscle and the tendon so they're not overworked and they stay in the right place, reducing irritation and inflammation. Fantastic, Jackie. Thank you for that. Because I was worried if I was wearing it all the time, if that would be a bad thing. You know how sometimes if you wear like a brace or something for too long and then you end up doing more damage. And physio yesterday was like, no, I want you to wear it as much as possible. Oh my God, how many hours a day have you not been wearing it? Anyway, I got in a bit of trouble, but it's sorted. It's sorted. Nana wants a tat. Sorry, Mum. My mum wants a tattoo as well. She can... Alright, you guys, I've threw my piece of paper on the ground, but I'll try and remember to order the tattoo things. Jackie says her uni degree is useful for something. Jackie, I appreciate that you knew. I sort of had an idea because I know that it's a tendon issue that I'm dealing with, and I knew it had something to do with restricting the tendon and making it so the tendinosis could heal, but you know, we've got a 6-month time frame here, people. It's really, really driving me batty, and it's so hot that this thing, like, can you wash them is a question. I'd like to know if I could wash them. If you buy a cry cut, you can scan your logo in and then you can cut vinyl stickers out. Wow, I did not know cry cuts could do vinyl stickers, or I could just send it off to one of the vinyl sticker companies and get them to do it for me. Can I make stickers that are about 4 to 5 inches in diameter? I'm sure I know someone who could do that. Tell her, oh, hey Mum, Kim has actually been drawing the Fibrific Ninja on her own self. She's getting very good at it. And so if you come to the Christmas party, she'll draw the Fibrific Ninja on you. So, you know, that's a reason to come. Oh yeah. Cry cuts are a bit out of my price range at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, definitely washing is good or I'll end up being able to smell it. Yes, yeah, definitely. And because it's so hot, like I was actually saying, you know, it gets uncomfortable and damp. And it moves, it slips off the skin sort of thing. And she was like, oh, just stick a piece of fabric under there, grab some face washer or something. I'm like, really? Really? Is that what I'm going to be doing now? Like cutting out little oval pieces of face washer? Oh, gosh. Yeah, but okay, so just a hand wash will do it. I can toss it in with some stuff. So, gosh, we've talked about so much stuff already today, you guys. I feel like I've been like talking a mile a minute. We've still done the crochet work, but I have showed you stuff. There's been stuff to see. It's not like I'm just like, here, check out this empty table of doom. So I don't feel quite so bad. Oh, flip over you. See this one? He's made without the extra edging and he just curls up. I don't like it. So get down there. Where are we here? Mum can't get here for the party. No, she's going to save up her travel energies to come for Christmas. Use the delicate wash. That's kind of what I was going to go with, you know. Totally, a couple of drops of delicate wash in the sink. Let it have a nice little soak. Let the eucalyptus oils do their job. Kill the bad things. And make it so pretty. The crochet. Oh dear. You guys are the worst. Alright. Notions cases on my website. I have to do that. Can someone send me a reminder, please? Because my brain's not very good today. I've got a bit of a headache. So the empty table of doom. Alright, let's stack up these dudes. So, get them out of the way. I reckon I need to make some more of these big ones. What do you reckon? Some more big ones? Because like I've got lots of the little ones, but I only have one big one. So maybe I should do that at some stage also. Let's just holding two strands together. We have emptied out the table. I'm going to make a little barrier. A barrier of Nancy's knickknacks, notions, cases. Line them up. Okay. Yeah, I haven't got that set up, so I won't do that right now. But I'm going to... I can't remember how... I'll just do this. Where's the middle? I don't want to be working from the outside so it's rolling around on the table. Ew, that's a yucky middle. That's a yarn bath middle. Thanks, Bendigo, for a yarn bath middle. Oops, that's going to be bad later. But not right now. Chat. Come early and stay all month. See, I'd be okay with that. Sure. The little edge one looks like starfish. It totally does. I said that last week actually. I saw a beautiful star pattern on Hooked on Sunshine website, not free though. Hey, look, I've got no problems paying for decent patterns. So for sure. Where is the pink and the red? Well, I'm going to dye some of them. So my goal is, so I've got all these ones with the buttons, and I'm going to make a pile without buttons. I'm actually going to dip dye them, so that they'll be all dyed and stuff. Hi Digo, welcome to the chat. We've got 31 people in the chat today. Thanks guys. Appreciate you all joining in and having a good time. Fairy says I would mix up the sizes. So yeah, a few big ones. Agree, Fairy, for sure. I'll get there. Oh, the pink and red notion cases. So I don't have any here at the moment, Kim. These are the only colours I currently have. But I have a shipment on its way. Like, I actually got the FedEx notification this morning saying it's being delivered today. So if I have to run away, it's because FedEx dude has pulled up. And if he does, I'll open the box for you on camera. And you can see what I ordered. I just have to count now, so you can't talk to me. What are the chances that it is the perfect number of stitches? Oh my gosh. Hey Stace, Cindy, welcome to the chat. Kim has every colour except for yellow. Kim, you're going to get timed out for that. You know YouTube don't like it when you do these silly games. Now, I don't know if you can see because this is a faraway camera, but when I'm working into a chain, if it's something that's going to be even all the way around, I actually quite like to work through that back bump. So we've got, you know, the two loops at the front and then the third at the back, the ridge. I actually quite like to work through that for these sorts of projects. It is a bit painful, and it's probably not the best thing to do when your hands are a bit shaky from all the Ventolin you've been having. But we'll get there. Kim Nelson, welcome. Laughing because you just called yourself slack. Is that why you never replied to my email, lol? No, Kim, I didn't reply because I knew I was sending out a sneaky email that would answer your email. But I also knew that if I replied, I would give away that I was sending out a surprise email because I'm terrible at secrets. Terrible at secrets. Jack, you and Audie, do I need to put you in timeout? Yes. And Kim says, I don't think you can, Jackie. So there might be a bit of a mod war going on, you guys. So we need to pick sides. Whose side are we going? I'm going with Jackie. So pick sides of the mod war. Um, Rebecca Nelson has asked Margot if she's ever done hardanger. That's a form of cross stitch, isn't it? But using that fine fabric. Jackie only has report and block. Yeah, I think that's what you both have. I can do more evil, do both though. Oh, Kim's wants to be blocked, so you know. I don't know if I can. I can't. I'd have to do it from the channel. I can't do it from there. That's cheeky and not fun at all. Where are we? This was a bad decision of mine to do this on camera today, you guys. Bad call. Bad call. I was tempted, so tempted today to do a slightly different setup and get my spin wheel out, because I haven't had a chance to spin since I was at that spinning camp at Gympie in, when was that? September, October, around there. Have you tried the alternative cast on, like the single stitch cast on? I'm just curious about the idea, but not sure. Oh yeah, I have. I love the single stitch, and I was actually just watching a video, which I think I've saved. I saw it in my Instagram feed, of a lady doing a really interesting way to do a DC cast on stitch. So not just the single, but a DC as well. But yeah, I think they're fantastic. I first started using those, it would be some time ago. Doris Chan used to use them a lot in the her top-down tops, and I used to make them a lot. And so I used them a lot for those because they make a really nice, firm but neat, and a little bit stretchy foundation row. Chandler's foundation rows. That's right, Kim. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think they're great. They're definitely a tool to get into your arsenal for sure. I don't think they're suitable for everything, but I think you're right. I totally could have used it here instead of doing what I'm doing. But you know, I didn't. And I always have to look up how to do it because for some reason it just will not stay in my brain. I don't understand why. It just will not stay in my brain. So yeah, frustrating, but I always look it up. Hi Leanne, welcome to the chat. Yeah, chainless foundation rows. So I've seen them both in single crochet and double crochet now, so that's pretty cool. But I'd only ever really done it in the single crochet myself, but I really like the look of how this lady's doing them in the double crochet. So I'll see if I can find the video and share it over on the Fibrific page on Facebook, because I've been finding some cool videos to share over there, in all different things, spinning, knitting, all the things. Kim says that she likes them for necklines and things that need a nice straight edge, but she finds normal chaining better. I find my chainless seem to curve. Oh no, look at this. For some reason back here I did a slip stitch instead of a single crochet. So annoying. This is what happens when you talk, when you're trying to do things. You have to pull out the work and start again. Hey Andrea, what are you working on today? Are you gonna have to pull it all out too? Just check it, because like that's normally our conversation. Rowan's impressions. Hey Rowan's, how are you going? We're just having, you know, it's a regular chat. We're just having a chin wag while I try not to destroy yarn. So, you know, like that's how it rolls here. We chat about things. We had a talk about the Fibrific open day that we're going to have here at the Fibrific Shack on the 8th of December. And we also had a little talk about the Caffeinated Crafters Christmas party that we're going to have on the what date? I can't read it, it's too far away. 6th, on Thursday the 6th at the Browns Plains. That'll be our final one for the year. Let's see if I don't, yeah, try not to do a slip stitch instead of a single crochet because that was annoying. Dawn wants to know what everyone's making. I'm making another one of these washes. I probably shouldn't make it in the identical colour, but that's what I've got in my hands, and if I can't find a giftee then I just keep it for me. Kim's making friends. Good job, Kim. Andrea said, I'm actually working on my socks because my boss gave me a hard time yesterday about them. Your boss sounds horrid, Andrea, honestly. Carol Evans is weaving in ends on her granny squares. Good job, Carol. Is that 11 million ends like what I ended up with my granny squares? Ugh. Ferry said, I may try the chainless for a dishcloth and see how it goes. It's definitely worth a try. It is a bit of a learning curve because it doesn't feel intuitive while you're doing it, but just sort of follow the instructions and just keep going kind of thing. Just keep swimming. What's the pattern for the dishcloth? I like it. I don't think there was a pattern. I think it's just like it's a row of single crochet to start with, and then I just do what am I going to do? I'll just do half double crochet chain one, half double crochet chain one, and then the next row is single crochet chain ones. It's kind of like a brick sort of deal, brick stitch. Oops. Now I'm trying to do half double crochets instead of just single crochets. Dido's still working on the bride and groom alpacas. Jackie's making a fairy bread sweater. Rebecca Nelson's apparently plotting, so that's that could be taken many ways. I'm going with the Rebecca Nelson is plotting to take over the world kind of plotting. Andrea says she has her moments, but overall she's pretty cool. Oh, that's alright then. You know, she's not totally horrible all the time, and that's, you know, you can put up with those kinds of bosses, right? Sally Schilling's slowly working on her add-along sweater and the Havana cow. So that's awesome. How far through your add-along sweater are you? I'm totally going to make myself a second one. I've got one, it's a bit big. Because I always allow extra room because designers don't normally allow the room that I require for my body. But this designer did. So I've made myself a sweater too big. So it's still cool though. It's a big, it's like wearing a hug. I love it. Absolutely love it. I can't wait until it's cool enough. Yes, I got to 39 here. So too hot for a sweater. Andrea said she's talking about how she's doing the mystery lace ones because she still hasn't the right yarn for crochet ones. Well, Andrea, I know someone who actually dyed the yarn for the Segway socks pattern. That would be me. So if you want some, let me know. I've got some here you can have. World domination for sure. Chris Bragg is testing a crochet hat pattern. Good job, Chris Bragg. Emma's working on socks too, on her new 9-inch circulars. How are you finding the 9-inch circulars? I find people either love them or hate them. There's not really much in the way of in between with the 9-inch circulars. Kim says one day I'll buy the add-along and I'll do it in a 4x cotton. Yeah, you could totally do it. You just have to tweak up some measurements and adjustments, but you could totally do it. Sandy's working on Claire's solid granny bag. Kim says maybe you could make a dye her own. I probably could make a dye her own yarn for her own pattern, and that would be fun. Just go, there's a bot, there's some yarn, buy. That would be funny. Probably just below the bust or post to pick in the group. Awesome. You get to a point that once you get those arms done, the rest of it just finishes so fast. So, and then you've got the little waistband, which is a little bit, you've got to watch it, like follow the instructions carefully. Don't just go off on your own like I did. Have to pull it back. But then once you get started into the rhythm, it's really fast. Andrea just lost count. So Andrea, sorry about that. Where are you? Emma says she found them a bit, the 9-inch circulars a bit tricky at the start, but fabulous now that there's a bit of length to the sock. Yeah, for sure. And I agree with you totally. When you're doing those first couple of rows, the cast on row and sort of the first, I would say 3 rows, that 4th row is just all of a sudden so much easier. And so yeah, it's a bit weird, but I actually really quite like that. Do you know what I should have done, guys? I should have actually started this washer earlier, because once I get past the next row, it's really easy to do. So what am I going to do here? So this is the half double, so 2 chains, and then into, I'm gonna go, yeah, in there because it doesn't count, and then skip one, so chain, skip one, and then go into the next. All the way to the bottom of the jar. Oops, not trebles, just doubles, Chantal. Beep, 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 beep. Oops, no, skip. See, I'm not watching what's going on and I'm messing it up. See, once we get this first row done, then we work into these gaps and it's way easier. No, it was totally Chantal's fault. And she jinxed me. Okay, I'll remember that, Andrea. Because apparently I can't be anywhere near Andrea while she does jobs because I jinx her and distract her because I'm exceptionally distracting. So yeah, I'll have to remember that. Kim says I find holding my fingers out when I'm using. I do too. It's really weird. Like I don't have any knitting needles handy, but I've got 2 crochet hooks. So I normally hold my hooks sort of like this, right? But when I'm using, so like my hands are just like that. But when I'm using the 9-inch circulars, I tend to do more of this, like 2 fingers on each one and a thumb, and then that's it, you know. And then I've got these fingers for wrapping. But yeah, I've like basically I'm holding them like this, just a finger and a thumb, and then wrapping and what have you. So yeah. Sally says I have had to order more yarn because she won't have enough. Oh, that's terrible. Jackie's going round and around and running garter stitch, which is perfect for live chats. Oh no, was I using the 4mm? Was I using the 4mm this whole time? I don't remember which hook I was using. I'm supposed to be using the 3.5. I'm gonna pull back because I'm a goober and I should have been watching. What a dum-dum. Me, you guys. I'm the dum-dum, not you. So yeah, no, I was using the 4mm. It's changed how the whole thing feels. Bum. Do you let her use her hank winding skills? Look, I haven't this week. It was a bit hot for dyeing, so we didn't do any dyeing this week. You were using the purple, yeah. So that's the thing. That was the wrong hook. Oh dear. It's alright, I've caught up to where I was anyway. So I'm not too far behind, I suppose. I just hope it doesn't end up curling the base in because I'm having a slightly tighter tension through the rest of it. I'll have a look in a second. Yeah, the 4mm is not the right size hook when I want. Well, you totally can use a 4mm hook for this cotton. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying this particular pattern, to make it similar to the one that I made earlier in the week, I was using the 3.5. In my beautiful clover tulip hooks, not clovers, what am I saying? In my beautiful tulip hooks that my family gave me for my birthday a few years back, which I love my set so much. Andrea's still practicing at home to skein up yarn because it's a skill. It's absolutely a skill. So those of you that haven't worked it out, Andrea works here 1 day a week. She comes in and gives me a hand and does all the jobs, all the bits and bobs. And yeah, so I'm the Andrea's evil boss. So maybe I should have mentioned that sooner, but I did not. And I have got the wrong number of stitches, so you know, let's have a look here. What did I miss? Alright, I know what I did. That's alright. I'm fudging it. What is underneath your other one you finished? Wah! This. It's just a little knitted corner to corner one. I used the pattern that I used for the baby blanket. See, look, because I was making them the same size or thereabouts. Best job ever. Oh dear. I'm so glad you think so, Andrea. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see how we go. Let's see if we can fudge this thing. Sometimes you just have to fudge it. Oh, no. That's a single crochet. I'm very good at fudging because I'm quite lazy and I don't like to pull back all my yarn and my knitting and all my things. There's some things I'm just like I'm working on this other gift at the moment, which is a knitted gift, which I can't show on any social media because this person who I'm gifting it to follows me on social, whereas the person that this is going to does not because I don't use social media. And yeah, Kim, you're right, it's because I didn't skip at the start. You're absolutely 100% right there. But because I've got also the extra width of the bottom stitches because I used the wrong hook, I can probably get away with it. Ha ha ha. Oh man, do you know what? I'm thinking I trebled those instead of half trebles. Show it. What am I showing? I don't know. I can't show it. But basically, I was doing. It was a bit of what do you call that? What I would call ribbing. It was ribbing. And yeah, I've botched that because I've done treble. I've done DCs instead of treble, instead of half DCs. I've totally killed it. Oh my gosh. Brain not working. Well, I'm gonna have to pull it back anyway. Then I can fix up my little gimme at the start. Goodness me. There we go. I was thinking they looked a bit tall. And it's because they were the wrong stitch. And I've just realised all this time I haven't been double checking to see if you guys can see what I'm doing in the camera. So we'll find out. Kim says, well, I guess none of us are getting washcloths. Absolutely no washcloths for you guys. Because otherwise you would know that it's for you, and that's not fair. I don't like doing that. You could make sets that are all different textures. Yeah, totally, you could. You could totally do sets that are all different textures. And I love to do that. I love textured cotton face washes. I think they feel amazing and luxurious on your skin, and that paired with a really lovely quality like body bar or soap or something like that, that's such a good gift for, like, you know how sometimes you've got to do a token gift where you don't really have a budget for the person but you don't want them to miss out. This is a really good little gift for those kinds of situations. Excuse me. Jackie says the universe was conspiring to make me go back and fix it. Totally. So you use UK terms and not US terms. Oh look, I actually use both, but I generally think in US terms because I learnt crochet using US terms. For those of you in the US, there's actually two, well, it's probably those of you all over the world, it's two different things. There's two different crochet languages, and there's the US and then there's the rest of the world. And the confusing part about it is that they both use a lot of the same words, but they mean different stitches. So for Australians, a treble is a DC, but for Americans, a treble is the next tallest step after the DC. So you know, it is confusing. But I learnt using American crochet terms because that's what was around, like when I was looking at videos and books, mostly books back then, but everything was written in US terms. There was nothing written in Australian terms. Maybe I need to add something extra to that mug to get things straight. That's probably not a bad idea. Christmas is coming. Rebecca Nelson just dropped her phone. Isn't treble a UK term? Yeah, so in Australia and the UK we use the same terms. So, but also in the US, a treble is, it's so a double crochet or a treble in Australia is one twist of the yarn, and then for the US it's two for trebles. So I'm just having a look at something here. Thank you, Kim. So it's the next. So for us, it's the double. It's the double treble is the US. Sorry, Australian UK double treble is a US treble. So thank you, Jackie. Jackie's linked a conversion chart, so I don't have to try and explain it. And so sometimes because I've been teaching crochet to a lot of Australians, I try to use the UK Australian terminology. So that they can find the local patterns easy enough. But when I'm online and when I'm just working for myself, I automatically think in the US terms. So yeah. Sally said she didn't think the US had a treble. It's obvious I have used that stitch. Yeah, so the US definitely has a treble. So what am I doing here? I'm going in to do these. She just found, yeah, I just found your reminders, totally. Chris Bagg says, I think UK terms make more sense. I actually think that they both make sense in their own way, but I think it's confusing that there are two ways using the same language, like using the same names. I think the US, when they were renaming, because theirs came in after the UK, when they were renaming, they should have renamed them something different. So one names them based on, oops. So one country names their stitches based on how many times you wrap the yarn, and one country based it how many times you pull it through. So, you know, for a single, you pull it through once. For a treble, you pull it through twice. For a treble, you pull it through 3 times. So that's the US, they measure on how many times you pull through. Whereas in Australia, we base it on how many times you wrap it. So, yeah. Is that right? It's the other way around. Oh dear. It's so confusing, you guys. I can't even explain it. It's so confusing. But basically, there's 2 crochet languages in the world. And if it has a single crochet or an SC in the pattern, straight up dead giveaway that it is an American pattern, because UK patterns do not use an SC. So yeah, that's really the only way I can tell between a pattern, if it's a UK or an SC, is if it's a UK or a USA pattern, is if it's got a single crochet in it, it's instantly American. So I think in the US we just tend to say triple instead of treble, but depending on what side of the pond you're on, they're different stitches. Absolutely. Absolutely. Very confusing, isn't it? It's not just me who's confused, so that is okay. So I'm on to the next round, and I just keep doing this. Andrea lost count again. We should have a tally. We could just about do a drinking game on how many times Andrea loses count. Should just have one universal crochet language. Yeah, but then there'd be a fight over who gets to be the universal language, wouldn't there? But yeah, it's like, and I think there should be one universal language for yarn weight names, but there's not. Again, it depends on which country you're in and where your location is. You know, like, while the majority of the patterns that we see come from the UK and from the US, like, that doesn't take into account all the amazing Russian patterns, or the Indian crochet or anything like that. So Rebecca Nelson wants to know what Andrea is working on. Andrea is working on the Mystery Lace Club socks. They've come from Shannon Oakey. Sorry, Shannon. Shannon Oki, and they're called the Grenier socks. They're beautiful. Such a gorgeous pattern. Can't wait till I've got time to sit down and work on it. Kim says if you use the charts, the symbol is the stitch. Yeah, absolutely. The charts are the closest thing to a universal language we've got. So, but not everyone can read crochet charts either. So, oh guys, my head is pounding. It's literally pounding. It's up to you what you want to call each symbol though. Yeah, absolutely. I could just rename them all. We could call them whatever we want. We could call this like Squidgy Stitch and the Whoosy Watsits and the Round and Rounds. Like, I could make up some great names, like, really fast. Bobby Pearson is from Oklahoma. Welcome to the chat, Bobby Pearson. So, oh, that's only gone through one loop. We want both loops, please. And Lindy wants to know why hook sizes aren't all marked in millimeters. That's an excellent question. Even American engineers use the metric system. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why it's that they haven't converted yet. I'm sure there's a reason. I just don't know what it is. Come on, little thingy, go through. I made it too tight, didn't I? There we go. Daigo says she can't crochet while on chat. She's flogged one of the poor alpaca's heads a few times during the... she's had frog. Sorry. I think it says flogged. I don't have my glasses on. And Andrea's saying that one day she'll survive a whole chat without making any mistakes. And then I laughed and laughed and laughed. Look, Andrea, one of these days I'm going to make it through chat without making any mistakes. Oh man. Oh, come back here, you. Stitch disappeared. Oh dear. Alright, in it goes. After this round we'll have a little check to double check I haven't trashed it, because there's a pretty good chance I have. Flogged. Yep. Oh dear. It was flog a couple of alpacas. I don't crochet during chats because they are late in the day for me and my brain is just too tired. If I felt motivated, I'll sometimes weave in tails. Oh, good job, Fairy. Do you have your big monitor? I do, but because I've got a headache, everything's just a smidge blurry. So, yeah, it's fine. It'll be sorted soon. Yeah. I'm really enjoying the big monitor setup that I have here. It's good. Sally says charts confuse her too with the Havana Cal, and being a lefty I was reading the written pattern as normal and then reading the chart backwards and then the pattern came out backwards. Oh gosh. Oh, Bobby wants to know, sorry Bobby, she said, I'm sorry to hear you have a headache. Have you tried lavender oils on your temples? I can't. As Kim has just popped in down the bottom there, I'm allergic to lavender, so I can't go with the lavender oil, although I've heard it does amazing things. It turns out I'm allergic to half the world, so lots of cool fun things I can't use, which is disappointing, because it means I'm limited to some things I don't like. Kim says that was such a good idea of hers. It really was such a good idea of hers. So, what are you crocheting? I'm making another one of these washes. Oops, I'll drop that so I can see what's going on. So it's a really pretty, just basic sort of, I don't know what you call that. I call it brick stitch, but it's probably got a proper name. And it's just nicely textured. It'll feel really nice on your skin. So I'm just making some Christmas presents for some peeps in my family. Hey, Rowan's Impression's also allergic to lavender. I mean, it's not cool, but it's cool because I don't know anyone else who's allergic. Actually, I think I've met one other person who's allergic to lavender. Most people don't grasp that it's actually a thing. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Rowan's Impressions. Jackie says that lavender makes her headaches worse. I think it would depend on how much you use though, right? It is a really pretty stitch, isn't it? I just, I don't know, like I think I've used it in a pattern. I'm sure I didn't invent it. There's no chance I invented it. I've probably used it for something and went, oh, that'd be nice just as a face washer, and went from there, because that happens all the time. But yeah, so it's just a row of single crochet and chain and a row of half double crochet and chain. So that's it. Is there a pattern? I don't know if there's a pattern. There'd probably be something. There would probably be something out there. So, you know, you could have a squeeze around and see if you could find something. I'm sure there'd be a pattern around. Yeah, there's people allergic to all sorts of things. Dawn says that there's a lavender festival here every year and it's overwhelming. It would be. I think any kind of scent in like large proportions would be overwhelming. Like for me, I'd have to avoid your entire town for that period of time, plus some time after, I'm sure. But even if it was like, I don't know, roses or watermelons or something else, I think it would be totally overwhelming to have it in such a large scale, right? Jackie's, yeah, strong smells aren't great. Although my nose doesn't seem to be working today, so I can't really smell anything. So that's a bonus for a change. I'm going to have to put my hook down at the end of this row, you guys. I think I've been going a bit long and my arm is starting to be a bit like, hello. You remember we have issues, right? There we go. And then we can check to see if it's looking right. And it is mostly. So you guys remember at the start I had the 4mm hook for my first row because I picked up the wrong one because I'm a dum-dum. But I think for the most part it's going to be fine. So yeah. Farrah says my son's been going for years now getting allergy shots and has really helped him. He's allergic to nearly everything on the planet. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think it's important to work out what you're allergic to and see if there's ways to fix it too. Is this DK cotton? It is a 4-ply cotton. So I get this from Bendigo Woolen Mills. It's their 4-ply, so like a sport weight cotton. You know what? The more I'm touching it, I don't know. I don't remember if it's the 4K or the DK now. Their cotton's a bit on the thin side and their 8-ply. It probably is their 8-ply cotton now that I'm thinking about it. I think you're right. I think it is. Mum says, remember when my local craft shop nearly killed you with its lavender everything? Yeah, Mum took me to her local craft store like, oh, we've got a great little craft shop here, come and have a look. So I went in and I'm like, I smell something. I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel right. And we've walked around the whole thing. And like by the end of it, I'm like, I've got to get outside. I've got to get outside. I don't feel well. And as we walked back past that front door, we saw this wall of bags of lavender and all things lavender. And I'm like, oh my God, you took me to a death pit, Mum. So yeah, she's not living that down. No. So yeah, I think this might be the DK cotton after all. Yeah, so Bendigo Woolen Mills 8-ply cotton. But it's a bit thin. Their cottons are a smidge thin. Where are we? He still has nasal sprays and allergy pills, but the shots have been especially helpful. Oh, that's awesome. Anne says all that she gets out at the moment is smoke, so I'm not missing out on much. That's good. Dawn says it's in the middle of July when it's warm and thousands come from Seattle and Portland. Oh my gosh. So it's hot and stinky with too many people. That sounds like a great event, Dawn. Tammy says she's excited for the next dice stream. She's counting down the days. That will be the second Thursday of December. So we're getting ready. If you've got anything you want, if you've got a photo in your photo reel that you want to post to Instagram with the hashtag #FiberificInspo, I'll go through and pick a couple of photos and try and dye yarns to them. If you haven't seen one of the dye streams, you can, after this chat, you can have a little look through some of the live videos and check out some of the other dye streams and see what we do. Rebecca Nelson says 6 minutes left, and Kim Nelson says, you traitor. Kim tries very hard for me to not notice the time, but I have my time written here and here and here and on a clock over there. So I can see the time now. Oh dear, Rebecca. No, don't block Rebecca for doing that. And Jackie says she can't go to Super Cheap Auto with all the VCOs from the rubber. It makes her so ill. Oh my gosh. The dive streams are a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy the dive streams and I really look forward to them a lot. I'm getting better at making more of each of the colours. So whereas before I'd do like 1 or 2, now I'm trying to do 4. Jackie Doll says, thank you to your hubby Andrea for working on the fire. Stay safe. That's right, Andrea's husband is a firefighter. So if everyone wants to pop into the chat to say thank you, that would be awesome. Firefighters all around the world are working so hard at the moment. And it's a bit crazy about what they go into every day just for work. So I really appreciate our local firefighters and those that aren't local. I know that we've got firefighters travelling from all over Australia to go up to central Queensland because there's fires up there that their local firefighters can't handle. And so, yeah, it's just amazing. Where are we? Rowan's impression said that I made the mistake of going to a lavender festival once. To say the least, it ended short, and I'm glad. I bought a whole bottle of Benadryl. Oh man. Kim gets massive headaches from new car smells. Yeah, I'm not far from that either. Kirby says, she was saying it earlier, Sean's got to get stuff to cut down her errand time so she can live stream for longer. Why waste time stirring coffee? Oh man. So in the mornings I start them at 10 because after school run I have basically approximately an hour or a smidge less to come in, test everything, get the aircon pumping, do all the stuff. But on dye stream days it's even worse because I've got to pick up all this gear and take it into the dye area, which is my back patio, and try and run it from there and move everything around. So at least here I've just kind of got to turn a table and set up some stuff, but out there I have to take lights and everything, so it takes a bit longer, and I can't set it up the night before because it's not secure and we don't live in the safest area, so I don't want to leave, you know, expensive gear outside. Kim's saying I have a new plan to make her start earlier, seeing she can't run later. Oh dear. Oh, I just got my butt's going numb because I've been sitting for so long. Where are we? Oh, you guys are the worst. Yeah, I agree with Mum. Mum says firefighters are real heroes, not like the footballers. The term hero gets bandied around media, but the firefighters, the police and ambos are the real heroes. I agree. Sally had an allergic reaction to an iron infusion. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. Chris Bragg says, I agree, start earlier. What time is it there? It's now 11:29 here. We finish at 11:30. So that's in the morning. I'm looking to work out, I keep talking about it, but I need to work out a time that I can come out that hits at a different time of the day for other people in the world, because none of our friends in Europe can join us because it's just the middle of the night for them. It's totally the middle of the night. Like, even for some people in the US it's getting quite late, but in the UK, like, it's 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning. So I need some house elves. I totally need house elves for sure. Lots of love for firefighters going out there. That's awesome. Kim wants to know, when does school finish for Abby? Tomorrow. She's off until last week of January as of tomorrow afternoon. Dawn says it's 5:30 on Wednesday where she is. Mum's got to go. Bye Mum, have a great day. Kim said we can do live streams earlier when she's on holiday, seeing you won't have to do school runs. Look, that's the thing is, I've I like to have schedule, and if I have it earlier during holidays and then later during not holidays, and everyone has to work around Australian Queensland school holidays, and that's weird. So, you know, weird. So I don't want to do that. We'll just stick with 10, you guys. 10 to 11:30. 90 minutes is a good amount of time. I mean, I could always go back to 60-minute live streams if you know, if you're not happy with 90-minute live stream. Don't hire any of the elf in the shelves have been naughty on Facebook. Elf in the shelves are always naughty. Andrea reckons next time she's here, she's going to change all the clocks. Good luck with that, Andrea. Oh, wow. Everyone say goodbye to my mum. She'll be so chuffed. Yeah. Alright, you lovely ladies and lords and ladies. I'm going to head off, and I've got some last minute Christmas shopping to get done before speaking of Abby, before Abby finishes school holidays. So, no, not 60 minutes. Yes, there's been discussion of the petition. Many of you signed the petition asking for a 2-hour live stream. I'm still tossing up how to work around some things to let that happen. Because the reality is it's not that much different. But we'll see. I've got to plan some stuff, and I plan things in a couple of months in advance, so it's hard to implement things straight away. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to head off. You'll have a fantastic week. I'll see you all next week. Hopefully I'll be able to crochet or knit just a smidgy bit longer, you know, if this dude's been good. I've enjoyed having you all here in the chat. You're all awesome, and you do great at keeping me company too. So have a fantastic day. Hit that thumbs up. Once in a couple of hours, the live stream will be up on the YouTube channel. If you want to come back and pop in another comment, by all means, go and do that. Or if you've got a question for me, don't forget there's Patreon. If you want to support the live chat, you can jump over to Patreon and support there for as little as $1 per month. Makes a huge difference to me. Makes it so I can buy some cool things like a new microphone, which is on its way because of the Patreon girls. This arm that I use here, I'm just going to bet it into the shot. This amazing arm that means that I can move things around now. That was purchased because the Patreon members made it so I had some spare cash. So thank you all so much, especially you guys who join every week. I'll see you all next time. I'll see you later. Bye.